I can also boast that me and Honorable Karoli here were students of environmental law at our master's level, and we studied environmental law at a master's level. But do I say, Mr. Speaker, and I'm surprised that Honorable Karoli is not keen, not keen on speaking. But we are students of environmental law.
What's your point of order, Honorable Kaluma? Yeah. What's out of order?
Honorable Speaker, I didn't just study public international law. I'm the first lawyer in this country to specialize in law of the sea. In fact, I assisted our Navy in delimiting our sea boundaries when Abu Drafruf was still the Navy commandant. So Honorable Millie should confine herself to environmental issues within the sea areas.
What's your point
not
of order?
talking, not knowing I'm a specialist in that area.
What's your point of order?
Honorable Speaker, the Honorable Member for Homa Bay is actually misleading the House.
Yes.
The premier mind on law of the sea was the late Ichung'wah, Deputy Solicitor General, who attended all the negotiations until the law of the sea was signed in 1982.
Yes.
He's Ichung'wah, and the one speaking is the author of the National Environmental Management and Coordination Act. So stop misleading the House.
The Honorable Kaluma.
Information. Honorable Speaker, our caller participated in coming up with the United Nations Convention on Law of the Sea. But at the very heart of that convention was Dr. Androniko Oduogo Adede from Kwabuaen, the Homa Bay. And that is something for which he is credited. And Dr. Androniko Oduogo Adede was my master's lecturer when I was studying Law of the Sea. I think that is a point Honorable Karoli was forgetting.
Mr. Speaker, I have the floor. Mr. Speaker, I have the floor. And I want to educate Honorable Kaluma and tell him that there's a reason that I'm a senior lawyer. The Honorable Dr. Andriko Dede that is so proudly talking about was my boss in Letwal International. So don't even try.
Yes.
We've been there, done that, and got a t-shirt. So don't even try.
Majority Leader. Majority Leader. Give the mic to the Majority Leader.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I just want to inform the House that the Honorable Kaluma is from Homa Bay County. The Honorable Millie Odhiambo is from Homa Bay County. The Honorable Karoli Omondi is from Homa Bay County. And you can hear the debate is about the law of the sea, environmental law, and the battle of wits of great men and women, great scholars from the county of Homa Bay. And Honorable Speaker, you know, we were in Homa Bay over the weekend, and the people of Homa Bay are great people. Therefore, Honorable Speaker, let me also assert that the Honorable Millie Mabona Odhiambo, being a law student and having studied environmental law, part of what this treaty seeks to look at are issues touching on environment in the sea. Therefore, the law of the sea, the law of the environment merge and converge. Whether they converge in Homa Bay or in the National Assembly, it's converging and we all move together, happy.
Honorable KJ.
Mr. Speaker, I was of a different opinion, Mr. Speaker. On an afternoon when we have very serious business to transact, I wanted you to find this debate totally out of order, because the display here is a display of something that is well known to this country. The tyranny of brains, the tyranny of Achille from Nyanza. And it has been displayed fully. We do not need to belabor the point. We know we have some fine brains from that area in the House. And we also know that there are and fog bearers who are also...
Order. Honorable KJ. Order. The chair assumes that some of those brilliant state of the current intellectual dissipation can also, basically permeate to the members, the overall House here, so that whatever you want to call it, I remember they used to say through osmosis or whatever it is, whatever it is, but order, Honorable KJ. Now you're going to get your time to conclude. So this is it's well accepted. We are learning. We are learning a lot from these fine minds from Homa Bay. So proceed, Honorable Millie Odhiambo. I also did public international law. I did law of the sea, but nowhere near where the specialization.
Then we can allow you to stay in our circles.
Proceed.
Mr. Speaker, before I conclude, I just wanted to say that I'm also currently doing my PhD in Daystar University. Excellent. And I am dealing with the issue of development, leadership, and on the issue of leadership and governance. And one of the things that I'm debating about, studying about, is whether there's something unique about Homa Bay. Mr. Speaker, the late General Ogola he came from Sia, but grew up in Homa Bay. CS Education, the current CS of Education, same primary school with me, Homa Bay Primary. PS Omolo, Homa Bay. Tomboya, Homa Bay. I can go on and on, but do I say? We are serious. I can see the chairman budget now is trying to purport to have a girlfriend from Homa Bay, especially Homa Bay town. And I know Honorable Kaluma can now be proud as the member of parliament for Homa Bay because we are serious. But that aside, Mr. Speaker, what I was actually saying is that it is true, just as even Honorable Ichung'wah said, because we are dealing with the high seas. But we sometimes forget the inland waters. The inland waters that has produced these great men and women like myself. And because we are told when you're growing up, you're told if you eat fish, you become completely brilliant. And I would want to encourage the committee, the relevant committee, to look, whether it is through the amendment of the Fisheries Act, which I don't think is very appropriate, but it's towards moving a more bilateral agreement between Uganda and Tanzania. And the agency we met yesterday has already agreed that they'll be willing to work with us because theirs is limited to boundaries. But we want to look at the issue of shared resources. The same that we are having for the high seas, we need to have for inland waters, so that we don't have our fishermen taken to Uganda, forced to eat raw fish with all our intelligence, and also forced to pay fines because they are fighting over the resources in Lake Victoria. Otherwise, with those few remarks, I beg to support.